Hello, everybody. I'm getting ready to interview Miss Lyndsey Theobald. I hope I said this right. Um, as part of the interview process for the AOT Ambassador Tomorrow honorary recipients, we are interviewing other people that are related to them that can give us some backstory, give us some information on that particular person. So this will be one of the uh, folks that will be I will be interviewing today. So here we go. It's Lyndsey.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. It's nice to see your beautiful smile this morning.
Yeah. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. The grandkids are
Um,
up and around.
like I tell them all the time, it's traffic. So, how you been?
I've been doing well.
Good, good. Now, which one are you kin to?
I am kin to Katrina Collins.
Oh Lord
She's
Jesus.
sister from another mother.
Oh Lord Jesus. I am I am I am blessed to have you in her presence.
Thank you.
She is definitely one of a kind.
Yeah.
So, so I wanted to talk with you a few minutes about Katrina in regards to she has been awarded for all of the work that she does in the community, actually all over the country, for all of the things she's done. She has been awarded the 2023 um, Ambassador of Tomorrow honorary recipient. And what that means is that that's the highest accolade that this organization is giving out. What it is that when I started this organization to help high school students, I realized at the end of the day, we need people to also, what I call them doorkeepers. I mean, door gate openers
Yeah.
that basically open up the door for others so they can prosper. And in that conversation and thought that I had was, I need to, after watching that movie Hidden Figures, I need to come up with a award ceremony or some type of opportunity to not only award those who have been diligently giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and giving.
That's Katrina, let me tell you. I've known her for it'll be 20 years next fall. So, and we have definitely become family.
Yeah, so I felt like at the end of the day, we have Hidden Figures throughout this whole entire DFW community, and actually all over the world that are doing some phenomenal things. And I felt like it was an opportunity to start honoring those. They say give people the roses before they get on
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So
Give them to them while they can enjoy them.
yeah, give it to them while they can enjoy it. So I started this in 2019 as an opportunity to find people that have been doing stuff. So in 2019, we gave out 5 different awards to 5 different people all across the DFW. So I started it in 2019, and then in 2021, post COVID, we did a first gala. So, should I say, we tried.
Yeah. We're still trying a lot of things
Yeah.
post COVID.
So I'm like, at the end of the day, I wanted to do something big as an annual thing. So we did that in 2021 as a gala. And now this is the second time we're doing it. So this organization has been around for 5 years. It's something that I started with my two knucklehead daughters to help them figure out what they want to do.
Yeah.
And it just grew from there, just helping the next generation, their friends and their classmates, or helping other kids. We can literally carve out a path. You know how you take a personality test?
Well,
You have to take all
I've taken some, but I have a feeling one I take with you might be a little different.
Well, on the same lines with their personality test, you know how they're carving to tell you what type of people you're getting into the. Well, on the same lines, we do the same thing with our software.
Yeah.
So that software that was built by college, I don't know, was it USC? Oregon, I believe it was Oregon. Either Oregon or USC, one or two. But they built the software to where behind the scenes, as they're answering each question, they're building their own career path and saying, like,
Yeah.
if I don't like waking up at 9 o'clock in the morning, well, we know you don't want to be a banker.
Yeah.
If
Or a teacher.
or a teacher. if you don't like dealing with people, we know, well, we know certain ones you're not gonna deal with in this. So it basically carves out specific ones and is 90 to 95% accurate. So it gives like 3 different career paths for them. So
and I read about that program that you do with the young people you work with, right?
Yeah.
On the computer.
Yes. So we talk to them throughout the whole entire country. So we have kids in Dallas, North Dallas, Frisco. We have kids in Austin, Houston, Denver, LA, Louisiana, and we had 1 or 2 kids in Oklahoma. So we're slowly expanding the goal now by us changing the name from Lighthouse Foundation, because I got tired of having to fight because other people.
With the blind people.
Yeah, because they kept thinking, oh, I thought, no. But there's some Lighthouse Foundations all over Texas and all outside of Texas. And I'm like, I'm tired of fighting with these people. Tell them, no, I'm not them. And so we changed the name to Clear Path Discovery. So now we can become a national recognized organization all over the country. So, but the part of this is to celebrate Katrina for what she's doing and what she's going. Because I told her she's gonna be on a whole nother level probably by next year. It's just a matter of getting there. So.
And she's getting there. She's making that move, and I'm helping her every chance I can. So.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So how long you been knowing her?
We met in August of 2004.
Okay.
When we became 4th grade teachers together at Aldea Creek Elementary School. And apparently we caused the principal quite a few problems, because about the 3rd year he said, this isn't working. I'm moving Katrina to the other side of the building upstairs, and you're going opposite side downstairs, 2 different grade levels.
How did you feel about that?
But it didn't stop it. It didn't stop it. We just moved and kept on going, and she helped me raise my child, who's about 6 years older than her oldest, and I helped her raise her too. They're 6 years apart, so we're still raising them. But the youngest one just turned 21 in July. So he was a year and a half when we met. And she said, yeah, I knew we were going to be friends for life when I came in and found him wearing your Dr. Seuss hat and drawing on your whiteboard with a permanent marker. And you just said, it's okay. Don't worry about it. And so we've been together a long time. Yeah.
So tell me what is it about Katrina that makes her so special? Because I've been knowing her for what, since earlier this year? Yeah, earlier this year. And I've seen her, I was like, how do you do it? You got this job, you got that job, you're going over here, you're going there. How
She
do you
never
do
sits, she never sits still unless she's asleep.
it?
That's the only time she's not moving. I would have to say for Katrina, she gets her strength from her faith in God.
Yeah,
That's where it comes from. Um, she has wonderful parents that helped instill that in her, that challenged her as she was coming up before I ever knew her. Um, and they've been so supportive of me and everything that I've gone through since I met Katrina.
yeah,
So her her faith and her family, that's where her strengths lie. And she wants everybody to feel as loved as she does. And so she loves hard.
yeah, yeah.
She loves hard.
It's a wonderful feeling to see somebody not only loving themselves, but also loving others the same way
Yeah.
they love themselves. Do you ever pull it to the side and say, "Come here, Katrina. Hey, let's work on this. Let's work on that."
You know, I did when we were working side by side, day by day,
Yeah,
but um she's so busy with everything she's working on.
yeah.
I don't have time to get her involved in what I'm doing because she's always pulling me and saying, "Hey, I wrote this book. Will you edit it for me? Hey, I'm having this conference. Will you come help me host it?" Hey, I mean, she's always got something going, and I'm always ready to jump in with both feet because it's always something that she works with the Lord and she's working to help other people.
Yeah.
And especially the young people. Both of us, you know, students were our focus, but but she helps. I'm 63 years old, and she's a big help to me.
Yeah, yeah,
So she helps people of all ages, sizes, colors. It doesn't matter. If you need help, then you ask her. She will do whatever she can.
yeah, yeah. Do you ever just stop and pause and just realize, like at the end of the day, like, hey, you're doing good. What is it? Yeah, yeah,
It and we do. I mean, I know I've seen her do that with students. I retired in May of 2022, but I volunteered in her elementary school where she's principal in the library 1 day a week, all year last year, because I was a librarian and I needed to be in a room full of books, and she had a room full of books. but I would and I didn't see her often, but she always made sure she came and saw me at least once during the day when she had a moment. But when she would come in, if there were kids in there, she always went to them first.
yeah,
She always made sure they knew that she was there for them. She wouldn't put up with foolishness,
yeah,
but if they were willing to work, she would help them in any way she can.
yeah,
And those kids love her, and that is not often said of a low income elementary school
yeah,
in the metroplex,
yeah,
that those kids and their parents, they really care about Miss Collins, and they don't want her to leave. They don't even want her to mention it. So it kind of scares them when she's doing all these other conferences and writing books and stuff. But they encourage her, and that's because she encourages them, and that's what she creates in people. Let's work together and do the best for everybody.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like sometimes, like at the end of the day, you realize, like, man, there's so much going on in our life, and she's doing so much that oftentimes you see yourself in her and some of the stuff that she's doing.
Oh, well, I see I see that she has picked up some things from me over the years, but it's a two-way street. I've picked up
What did you pick up
things.
from her?
Yeah, I mean, well, I had pretty much fallen away from my church when I had met her, even though I was going regularly to
Wow.
services, I wasn't involved.
Yeah.
And that's what I picked up from her, that I needed to be involved
Yeah.
with spreading my faith, letting other people know about my faith, um, not trying to hide it. You know, we're not supposed to talk about that stuff at school because there's a separation of church and state, but I don't have to hide it either. She definitely taught me that I can go anywhere and be proud that I'm a Christian and share my beliefs and encourage other people to explore what do you want to believe in.
Yeah.
and and you decide for yourself, but everybody needs something to believe in, and the first thing you should believe in is yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's something I learned from Katrina at the ripe old age of 40. You know, so I wish I'd have learned that a lot
Earlier.
younger. My life would have been very different. My life would have been very different, but I am just so blessed to have her and her entire family as my family.
Yeah. Now, what have you been doing, Miss Lyndsey, for the however long you've been on this earth? What have you been doing career-wise? What you been teaching for the longest?
Um, well, I taught for 25 years. Um, in Texas elementary schools. I've always been, I moved to Texas when I was 18 from Mississippi, and I've I've never lived anywhere else since I came. I visited, but I've never lived anywhere. And so I Katrina's the one that said, "You love that library. You could run circles around the librarian we've got in this school. You go back to school and do what you want to do." And that's what I did
Yeah.
because she encouraged me. And I loved every minute of it. I was the librarian the last 9 years of my elementary career. And I
Yeah.
worked in her library last year, and I'm debating whether I'll do it or not because I've taken on a job at the Walmart.
Yeah.
Walmart's my go-to. When my daughter was in high school, I took a job to pay for her junior and senior proms and all the extra stuff that as a single parent that entails.
Yeah.
And then my husband and I went on a wonderful retirement trip in May.
She said wonderful.
Oh, it was 2 weeks driving through Utah, Idaho, Wyoming,
Oh,
and
wow.
seeing all the mountains. And it was, and God blessed us with great weather. And I mean, we have a great partnership, but it cost a lot of money.
Yeah, Miss Lindy, it wasn't free.
Well, it would have been nice if it would have been free, but it costs a lot of money, and retirement doesn't pay that much. It pays the bills, and I could be home and go to the library and be happy. I was that whole first year, but after I went on that trip, I wanted another one.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're planning another trip to the Appalachian Mountains this time
Right.
in May. And so I've taken on a job at the local neighborhood market of Walmart, and they're teaching me lots of things. And I'm I'm in the block, and they bring busloads of them every Tuesday and Friday, and I'm enjoying meeting those people and
Yeah.
working with those people, and I can do all of that because I see Katrina share her love and her time.
Yeah, yeah,
And it makes me, I aspire to be like she's nowhere near my age, but I aspire to be like her. The
yeah,
people that you want to um, guide you in your life don't always have to be older than you.
right, right.
They, you know, but so many of her students,
Yeah,
so many of her parents,
yeah, yeah,
when she gets those parents up there to school and she talks to them about what students need to succeed, I have seen parents that hadn't paid any attention to what their kids would do other than drop them off and pick them up. All of a sudden, they're joining the PTA, they're volunteering at school, they're getting involved in their children's lives. And they may not ever have another conversation with Katrina,
right.
but because their children are there and they watch, always be family. And
Yeah,
my mother went and kept her when she had knee surgery. My mother would go and stay the day with her so she wouldn't be by herself when she wasn't able to move around.
yeah,
I mean, so um, my nieces and nephews all call her KK, which
yeah.
is what her nieces and nephews and all of our grandchildren now call. She's got 2 grandchildren. I've got 4. We're there. She's KK to everybody.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's it's amazing um, to see that because if you look back far enough in your family, there was some blood. Y'all might run into the same type of blood type. I mean,
Yeah,
you never know. Because I'm like, look, if you look back in your lineage into your heritage of your life, y'all might be kin. You never know.
yeah. Well, that's very possible. My mother's done a lot of research on our heritage because I have a sister that's really interested in joining the Daughters of the American Revolution. And so my mother's done all the research.
Yeah,
You have to be able to prove they got paid for fighting in that war to
yeah,
join that society.
yeah, yeah,
And that's a lot of research. And we found all sorts of people in our background that, yeah,
yeah,
Katrina might definitely be
yeah.
on my on my tree line.
So,
So
so it's almost 11:30. So let me end this interview by asking this last question. So, if you can tell the younger self, if you had a chance to go back and tell your younger self or talk to your younger self, to the younger generation, what would you tell them right about now? I mean, knowing what you know now, uh, if you can go back to them and be like, let me tell what my younger self would be.
I would say firm up your belief and
Yeah,
follow it. Whatever you decide you believe in, firm it up, have good reasons, and then stick to it. Follow what your belief tells you should be doing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because we got a lot of kids.
I had gotten away from the church, and Katrina's one of the ones that got me right back into it because
Yeah,
even though I don't always go to church, I'd go to her house and she would have scripture on the bathroom mirrors, on the kitchen cupboards, always
yeah,
trying to encourage herself and her sons. And she encouraged me always too in doing that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I definitely, Miss Lyndsey, I definitely appreciate you giving me the opportunity to talk to you about Katrina, and I appreciate you just being able to sit down and just have a conversation. Uh, Even though we got to do it over the over the computer.
Well, that's okay. We can sit down and have a conversation at the gala.
Yes, yes. So I look forward to meeting you at the gala. I'm probably gonna be meeting a lot of people there.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of people coming. We still have tickets. I'm still selling tickets now as we speak, trying to get these tickets sold out and get it taken care of. But I look forward to meeting you and the family, and I look forward to working with you on some stuff even after this.
That
It's
would be good. I'm
over.
retired. Now I'm retired now. The Walmart doesn't really count. It's more fun than
Yeah,
work because I get to see all the people, and that was part of being at school. I always had my kids. I always had somebody to talk to, the other teachers, the office help, the parents that would come in and volunteer, or the neighborhood people, older people that their kids had gone there but grown up and left, and they would come in and volunteer and sit and talk to me while we shelved books and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
So that's why I like that little Walmart job, because I get to see everybody.
yeah. Well, again, thank you for taking the time to talk with me and discuss. And I will see you soon.
Yes, it's just a couple of weeks. I'll see
Yeah,
you.
I just realized that when I was sitting at the meeting yesterday. I was like, it's like you do know this is in like 3 weeks or 2 weeks, right? I'm like, no.
That's why I gave you the first time I had, because I know you got a lot of work to do on this. So
Yeah,
you go finish your videos and
I
then put
will.
them all together, and I'll be interested in watching it.
Yes, I'll put them all together next weekend. I got some more interviews this evening, and I got a couple of more interviews next week. And then I start putting them all together on next Saturday. So that'll
Yeah.
be done with that. So thank
So
you.
you stay busy, and I'll see you in 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.